let's just for the
We can
sake of
think
what I'm
that.
about, for the
Sure.
analogy I'm about to say, let's say he's a
Right.
benevolent being and he creates a metaverse. And in that metaverse, there are non-player characters, but he decides to grant them consciousness and free will.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
And they choose, instead of living their lives in the metaverse, what they choose to do instead is to try to drill down on what the metaverse is made out of. And
Mhm.
then they figure out, oh, it's just all these pixels. Like, what is, and then they start thinking, well, how can we manipulate these pixels? How can we weaponize what it's actually made of? How do, instead of, because look, we're here, I think, to live out this life and experience this dimension as it is. That's wildness.
Mhm.
But what we're doing instead is, we don't like it here. How do we turn this place into a thing where we become the gods? So how do we manipulate the environment? What are these materials really made of? Can I smelt this rock down to metal? And then can I take that metal and can I use it to make weapons? Or can I use it to make tools that I can then build other things out of? And can I disassemble this reality and then become the creator of the reality? And we're missing the whole point. The point is to play the game, because the game leads to the edification of your soul or your spirit. But instead of doing that, we've turned against the game maker and tried to use the parts of the game and manipulate them. And so you get all of this. That's what's going on in all the esotericism, right? So if you like look behind the scenes of everything, there's a lot of occultism and Kabbalism and all these kind of things infiltrating through the whole historic timeline of our governments and our society and our ruling class. And they're obsessed with, how do we become gods on the earth? And how do we manipulate all the matter here so that we become creators instead of humbling ourselves and living in the creation? So I think you've got this contingent of us who are like, hey, I'm content to just, I would like to spend my days bear hunting, foraging, making the things that I need to live and living in harmony with everything else. And through that process, my spirit in a tranquil place is edified. And then I live out that long life learning about self-sacrifice and learning about giving and learning about receiving and learning about family and learning about care of the people around me and taking those responsibilities and being a man, all those kind of things. Or I can make my whole life about, how do I manipulate? How do I manipulate matter? How do I manipulate people so that I can climb the ladder, so that I can get higher on the social hierarchy, so I can become a god? And it's like, that might sound extreme. And then it's just like, take a look at what's happening in the world right now. And here we are trying to achieve, through nanotechnology, robotics, artificial intelligence, and genetics, we're trying to create immortal humans who can rule the world, manipulate the weather, travel to the star, all these kind of things. It's like, hey guys, slow it down and let's focus on the basics here for a second, right? It's like so many things, right? People always want to, it's like when you teach people shooting, let's say, people want to jump ahead to all the cool stuff and they don't want to learn the fundamentals. And the fundamentals, when you're good at the doing the basics, is how you take that longer, more accurate shot, right? But people want it to be a cool thing you add on, or some cool special bullet or some cool technique. And it's like, it's not, it's never that. It's like always through the basics. The basics of living on Earth is that idea of like wildness. It's like living harmoniously with wildness and living harmoniously with other people and fitting into your culture and subduing your ego so that you can serve, and like all those basic, that's the basics. But when you look at the people running the world, they don't want to do any of that stuff. They want to dominate and control and manipulate. So I think what's going on here is, when I say simulation, I mean it as like I'm paralleling the metaverse and the idea that maybe there's a character outside the metaverse that created it. And maybe we're the characters in it meant to actually play the game of it till we get to the other side. But instead, we're refusing to play the game and we're trying to create a sub game inside where we can create players inside that game. And we want to nest all these Russian dolls so we can be in control. And I just think, we gotten way off track here. And I just want a simple, beautiful life. I mean, what's more enjoyable than just like serving the people you love and being in relationship with those people and watching people grow? Why is it so satisfying to watch somebody grow and to be a
Mhm.
part of that? It's like there's something there. And yeah, I just think we've gotten really off track.